right? On the day one, we have discussed about what is configuration management, right? And we have discussed about types. On the day two, we have seen the Ansible installation. On the day three, today, I will show you the Ansible installation again and deploy a simple software. Okay, these are the things we are going to do today. So let me save this. Okay, now what I will do, I will open a paint. What I will do, just observe, very important. I will take two servers. Okay, one will be Ansible control server, another one will be node 1. We can take Ubuntu. Okay, I will, if the time permits, I will take one more node. I will not take Ubuntu. Okay, I will take different flavor, which is CentOS. Yeah, if you are not talking, please mute yourself. I'm getting some background noise. Node 2. If you are getting background noise from my side, just let me know. Node 1 and node 2. Okay, in this node, what I will do, I will create a Devops user. Yes or no? Here also Devops user. Here also, sorry, Devops user. So for communication purpose, what we are going to do, we will be using SSH. And I need to do a enable we need to enable the password based authentication. Same thing apply here. Okay, and what we need to do, once we add a DevOps user, we need to intimate to Linux sudo access. Okay, I need to provide the sudo access. Just imagine for now like that. Sudo access. Okay, here also sudo access. Here I will install Ansible here Python, here also Python, right? This is, you can call it as a master node, that is configuration management tool. CM. Okay, shall we do this? Just observe. I will take first two Ubuntu VMs, then after we can add CentOS, right? CentOS, or you can call it as Red Hat as well. So I will take Ubuntu. Okay, you can take latest version, nothing will happen. For this experimental purpose, I will take the 20. I want two VMs. I will increase. Okay, I increase it to T2 macro is more than enough. I will select the key and security group, launch instance. My two VMs will be ready. I will go to instances again. Once it is ready, I will give you a name called as Ansible control server and node 1. Once it is ready, what I will do, I will create a user called as Devops on both the servers. So once the Devops user is created, that is enough, no, right? I need to give you a password based authentication for both the servers. Ansible control server. So in the previous class you got a little bit confusion, but today class you will think that this is very easy, like that you will feel, because at the beginning everyone will feel difficult, but once you see repeatedly, it will become easy. So fastly, I don't want to waste the time. Let's go. Okay, local disk E, Ansible, git bash here, maximize. Okay, I will log in into the master. So someone is joining. Yeah, hi Akil, try to join before itself. Okay, now what I will do, I'm into the Ansible control server. What I need to do, I need to create a user, right? For that, sudo add user Devops. Password will be, I will give Devops. Enter, 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 enter. Just give yes. So user was created. Then after, what I need to do, I need to enable the password based authentication. Yes or no? Sudo vi etc ssh sshd underscore config. Okay, I will go down. I told you, right, by default in AWS password based authentication will be disabled. We need to enable that. Yes. So by changing this value, it will not change. We need to restart this SSH service. Then only whatever you add the changes, it will be rectified. For that, you need to simply execute sudo service sshd restart. So just see this diagram. What I did, I have taken control server, right? I have created a DevOps user. Okay, for DevOps user, I have enabled the password based authentication. Until now you got clarity, right? Just confirm so that I will continue the next step. Anyone
Sure.
please confirm.
Yes.
Super. Then I have created a user, but Linux don't know whether the user was created or not. So I need to intimate to the Linux that DevOps user was added. So for that, what I need to do? I need to do one more step. That is sudo vi sudo. Here I need to add the information about DevOps user. Okay. Simply copy paste. Okay. Try to give. Okay. Yeah. And you can add one more thing. So whenever I am executed any command, don't ask password repeatedly. So for that you need to you just no passwd colon control x y enter, right? It was done, right? I've, I've given a sudo access for the DevOps user. I've enabled password based authentication on the Ansible control server. I've created a DevOps user. Done. So shall I do the same thing in this server as well? No confusion, right? I will exit. Very easy. In the beginning you will feel little bit confusing, but now it will be clear for you. So it's loading. Then after, what I will do, I want to communicate from from master to node. For that I will be using SSH. So for that, what I will do, I will create my,
Keygen.
yes,
Keeper.
so public and private keys. Okay, we will generate a public and private key. Which key we will going to copy? I will copy public key to the server which I want to log in. Okay, I will log in to the node 1, connect. Yes. Okay, now what I need to do? I need to add a user called Devops. Password will be Devops. Devops. Next step, what I need to do? Just let me know. I've created Devops user.
You should add the user into that all.
Super. And one more thing I need to do is I need to enable the password based authentication, because by default Ubuntu user you like in AWS, every virtual machine which you have created, password based authentication was disabled. So for that I need to enable, where vi at c ssh, in the ssh there is a ssd underscore config file will be there. In that I need to edit. What is happening? At c ssh sssd underscore config password based authentication. Okay, go to insert mode. I, if you enter I, you will go to insert mode. Just give s escape colon wq. So it will not apply. You need to restart this, then only it will apply. Sudo service sshd restart, enter. Okay, then after, as you said, I need to add this user sudo privilege. For that, sudo vi sudo space. Okay, simply devops. Yes, one more space. I will simply shift insert, then automatically paste it. You need to select data and you need to execute shift insert. Here you need to add one more extra. Be careful. If you see, I've added double A. If you done mistake, it will not work. You need to give correct syntax, correct word. No password. Okay, Control X. Yes, enter. Done. Same thing I have done, right? I have created a DevOps user. I have given a sudo access and I have enabled password based authentication. Here also same. Okay. Now what I will do? I will try to log in from one server to another server. So if I want to log into one server to another server, I need to have a SSH. In order to do that, I need to create a key. So exit. Now I will log in into the Ansible control server. Connect. Okay, I will exit. Okay, I will show you one magic. This is the Ansible control server, right? I have created already a DevOps user. Why I need to log in into it as a Ubuntu user? Okay, now I will show you. Ansible control server, I will simply copy the public key. Okay, I will do SSH. I have created DevOps user, right? DevOps at the rate public key. So enter. Yes. So it is asking me a password. I will give DevOps, right? Did I log in as a DevOps user? Yes or no? Yes. I will update the packages and check whether it's working or not. Yes, sudo apt update, it's working. Here I will create a key. Let it complete. SSH keygen. Just give enter. Don't give any password. Enter. Again enter. My key was generated. What I need to do? I need to copy this key. Where? To the node. SSH copy ID DevOps at the rate. What is the public IP of the node? Enter. Just give yes. It will ask for password. Give password of the node. Enter. Number of keys added 1. So now try to log into the machine with SSH. What I will do, SSH, I will directly give the IP address. Enter. Right? Did I log in into the node? Yes or no? Check. 4188. 4188. I will exit. So if you see this diagram, I can able to log in from one server to another server using SSH. So you can ask me why it is not asking me a password. In the background it will using a keys. So it's a one-time job. Once you copied the public key, whenever you try to SSH into the server, in the background it will match this public and private key. So here you have a public key, right? Whenever you log in, it will take this private key and it will add, and it will both as act as a key. How? For our doors, we will be having a key and a lock, right? So whenever you insert a key, automatically lock will be opened. In the same way, it's a lock for you. It's a private key is a main key. So whenever you insert the lock, right? Whenever you do SSH from one server to another server, it will in the background it will go and check in the SSH file, right? Using that, it will log in into directly into the login into the server. This is the mechanism which created by Linux founder. Okay, that's the reason these things are happening, and it's very secure communication. That's the reason it's called SSH, nothing but full form secure shell, right? Now I will exit. Okay, now what I will do, I will install install Ansible. How to install Ansible? You know, simple Google, right?
Google and take that command first. Update and install. So it will install Python also in that.
Super, yes. SSH Ansible. First I will log in into the Ansible server, right? Sorry, not Ansible, Devops. We have got a Devops user. Public IP address. You no need to log in as a Ubuntu user. Okay, once your user is created, you can directly log in into that user. It will ask you a password. Just give your password. Enter. Now I log in it as a Devops user. You no need to go to connect and copy that. Once the Devops user is created, you can directly log in into Devops user. And the communication now need to between DevOps user. Okay, you know it. You should not go
I
to
cannot
Ubuntu
hear
user.
anything on my end.
Sorry. Yeah, Abdul, you are saying something. Okay. Now I will just Google Ansible installation on Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu. First, okay. Then after, by default it will be available, but it will be better if it is not available. It will install. Then after it will add a repository for Ansible. Then after, whenever you install Ansible, in the background it will install Python 3 as well. If it is Python 3 is available, it will not install. Okay, after completing, what I will do, I will do the same steps, but in the place of Ansible I will try to install Python. So once the Python 3 is available, it will not install. Okay, if it is available, if it is not available, then only it will install. I told you, right, by default in every Ubuntu VM, Python 3 was already installed by AWS itself. So what I will do, I will check. Let's check whether Python 3 was there or not. It will be better. So how Ansible will work? Ansible contains, right? What Ansible contains? A playbook, right? And inventory file. Inventory file, why inventory file? It will have the address of the nodes. So if I want to go to my friend's home, I need to have an address, right? In the same way, Ansible maintain playbook and inventory. In the inventory files, it will store the IP addresses of the nodes. Okay, I will exit out of this server. I will log in into the node. Okay, sh devops at the rate public IP address of the node. Yes, devops. Now here I will execute the same steps. So it will take some time to update. Let it complete. Okay, now add this. Don't install Ansible. I told you, right? You need to install Python on the nodes. Ansible will be only on the master. Ansible will communicate. Ansible is with method, which method of configuration management tool? Push or pull? Anyone? Which method Ansible?
Push method.
Yes, because here Ansible will log in into the node. That's the reason it is a push method. If node is coming to master, then it's a pull method. Okay, already Python 3 was available, no need to install. So exit. Now I will log in into the Ansible master. Public SSH Ansible at the rate public IP address password. Sorry, not Ansible, it's DevOps, right? You can give any username, okay? Now mkdir demo. I will go inside this demo folder. Okay, I will create a playbook.yml. I will use not VI, I will use touch. Touch command is to create a text files. Okay, I will create a one more file called as inventory, or you can directly give hosts as well. Okay, just observe ls. So I have hosts files, I have playbook. I will just edit these hosts files. So I told you, right, I need to have an address of my friend. I don't know. So what I will do, I will go to the node, I will take the address, right? I will take the public IP address. I will simply add this. Okay, I want to check the communication between master and node was reachable or not. In order to do that, you can simply do ping, right? Simple thing. If I want to check whether in my node internet is working or not, I need to do ping-c for google.com, right? So it will check, it will ping to google.com, it will check, okay, communication was happening successfully. 4 packets was transferred, 4 received, right? 0 loss. So nothing but my server was working perfectly. In the same way, from Ansible master to node, I want to check whether the communication was happening successfully or not. So that in order to do that, what Ansible will do, Ansible will use a concept called as modules. Okay, what is this modules? You are going to learn. Just forget. So Ansible use modules to communicate from one server to another server. Okay. So for that, in order to check, I will use a ping module. Okay. I will use a ping module to check the communication between master and the node. For that, what you need to do, Ansible. First, you need to execute Ansible. I don't know. -hyphen help. If you don't know anything, just give -hyphen help. Okay, these are the commands you can do. So these are the commands. -h, it will give the help. -v, it will be verbose. -f version, it will give the version. Okay. Now Ansible -m, nothing but module. Which module? Ping module. To which I need to ping? I need to give the file, right? I'm giving the hosts file. In the host file, I have an IP address. So it will take that IP address and it will ping. Just give all. All nothing but in the host files, whatever the IP addresses it will take all. It is success or not. Ping pong. Nothing but it is just try to ping from master to node and it's working perfectly. Now, shall we try to install a simple software on the node using Ansible? Now I pinged from master to node. It's working. Now I want to install a simple software on this node. That is nothing but Apache 2. Or let us try to do a text file. Okay, shall we try to create a simple text file on the node using master? Yes or no? If there are 100 servers, then it will add directly and 100 servers. But we are just testing for one server. If there are 100 servers are available, what you need to do inside the inventory files, you need to add the 100 IP addresses. Then automatically it will install that text file on the 100 servers. Let's start from one server. If you know to work with one server, automatically you can work on hundreds of servers. Okay, shall we create a simple text file? Yes or no?
Yes.
So I don't know how to create a text file. I told you, right? As a DevOps engineer, you need to know how to Google. How to create a text file using Ansible. Okay, using. Okay, I will go to Ansible documentation. Okay, there will be different websites will be available. No, I will not trust. I will trust only official documentation. So if you see, I told you, right, whatever module. So Ansible will communicate, Ansible will do actions using modules. So I will just click on example. So if you see, it is telling name, Ansible built-in file, path, nothing but where you want to create a text file, in which directory you want to create a text file. Okay, There are multiple things. If you want to create a directory, nothing but folder. You can give state as directory. We want to create a directory or file. File, right? Just you need to give state as file. Path will be in which directory you want to create a text file. You need to give that path. Okay, don't worry. I am just showing how to create a text file. I didn't started how to write a playbook and all. I just want to show you how to create a text file, how to write this playbook and all we are going to learn. And today's your task was to learn how to write a AML syntaxes. Okay, today's task was for you. You asked me, right, try to give us a tasks. So try to learn how to write this AML syntaxes. Whatever you follow, I don't know, use Google or YouTube, just learn how to write this AML syntaxes. I will tell you, you no need to worry about it. As a DevOps engineer, your job was to learn from your side how to write this AML syntaxes. Now I will go to day 2. We are repeating. Actually, I need to discuss day 3 today, but I am repeating the day 2 again. Okay, AML is inspired from Python, so indentation becomes mandatory. AML files generally have AML or YML, right? Format of the file will be AML or YML. So Ansible playbook structure. What is the basic structure of Ansible playbook? Right? You will be having 3 dashes. Every playbook for every YAML file starts with 3 dashes. And you will be having the name of the playbook, hyphen name. Right? And you will be having hosts where to execute. Host nothing but on which server you want to install or you want to run this playbook. Become nothing but I want to use as a sudo user or not. This is a become. Inside the task, what I want to do, what you want from me. So inside the task you will give, like for suppose if you want to install any software, for that you need to use the module. I told you, right, Ansible will use a concept called as module to communicate. What is this module? Ignore, we are going to learn. And if you see, I have given httpd state is latest. Nothing but what it will do, it will install the httpd software which is the latest version of httpd software. That's the simple task. Inside the task you can give multiple tasks. If you want to install one more software, just give name and Ansible built-in module and name and the again state. So we are going to learn. Ignore. Okay, just see the structure. In the interview if they ask, try to write a simple playbook. Then you need to give name. You need to explain. In the name we will give the name of the playbook, and in the host we will give the address of the nodes. In the become we will telling to Ansible that if it is required sudo privilegation, run as a sudo user. Inside the task, exactly what we want to do in the node we will give. In the task also you will give the name. For every task you will be having a name, and in order to do anything Ansible use module. So you need to give the use this module which is required to do the action. So if you want to install software, you need to use a package manager. If you see here, I have taken M nothing but for CentOS or for Red Hat. We are using a M package manager. Name, state. Okay. I told you, right, this is the playbook. Inside the playbook, you will be having multiple plays. Nothing but just observe. I have given 3 dots, 3 dashes and given written playbook, right? So inside the playbook, whatever you write, it's call it as play. And I can write multiple plays like that. I need to just divide with 3 dashes. We are going to learn this, okay? Same thing here. Inside the playbook, you can have multiple plays. Inside the play, you will be having name, hosts, become. Inside the task, you will be having multiple tasks, and there will be roles as well. We are not gone to roles. We will learn about these roles on upcoming sessions. Inside the task, you will be having name, right? Inside the task, you will be having modules. So for every module, you will be having state. Okay, this is the simple basic structure of playbook. If you can able to know this, you can directly write any playbook. In the interview, if they ask how write a Ansible playbook, you need to write this and you need to explain. So let's create a simple playbook. So our goal was to create a file under the temp directory. I want to create a simple file called as 1.txt. Okay, in order to create a file, how to do that? Manually you can do. To create a text file, you can use touch under the temp directory. It will create a 1.txt file. So this is the manual approach. I told you, right? Even in Terraform also I told you, if you want to do anything in AWS cloud, you need to know manually, then only you can automate anything. In the same way, Ansible also, you need to know how to create any file or how to install a software manually. First you should know manual, then only try to automate that. I know how to create a text file manually using touch command. So where to execute on all the servers? Right now I have only one Ubuntu VM. In the future I might have 3 or 4 nodes, then automatically it will create on 4.4 servers. So today is the beginning. Let's start with one server. We can add one more. So today's task was to try to add one more node. Okay, so playbook, I told you, right? Try to create Google text file using Ansible. So if you see, this is the simple syntax: name, create file, become. For creating a file, I don't want a sudo permission, so that's the reason I given false. Hosts, all nothing but it will install on all the servers. Tasks, name of the task, create file. So in order to create a file, I need to use a module called as file. So where I need to create a file? Under temp 1.txt. What is the state? Just create a file, a given file. Simple, right? This is a skeleton. I already explained you this skeleton in the previous slide. In the beginning it will be little bit confusing to you. Once you practice, once you repeatedly watch this recording, you will get a full clarity. So now how to work in Ansible? First you need to figure out how to do it in manual steps, right? Then you need to check manually whether it is working or not. Then after, for each manual step you need to find out the Ansible module which can help, right? I want to create a text file. I know how to create a text file using touch command. So I am figuring out the module which I want to use for creating a text file. What I did, I just Google it, right? Create text file using Ansible. Then I got a module called as file module. I am taking that file module. Using that file module, I have taken the example. I have created a module. So what is this Ansible module? This is the smallest unit of work in Ansible. So this is a very little bit smallest unit. Module takes some inputs which are generally referred as parameters, and it has state, right? If you observe inside the Ansible module, will be having state as file, right? So it will take it as state. So we will learn deep dive modules in upcoming sessions. So Ansible execution approaches, how you can able to execute. I told you, right? Ad hoc commands. Using ad hoc commands you can execute this Ansible. So if you observe what I did, Ansible -m module name, right? -a, right? You can execute this directly. If you observe, what I did, Ansible -m ping, right? I did the Ansible -m ping. You can directly do that using ad hoc command. What is ad hoc command? We were going to learn. So you can work two ways in Ansible. One is using a ad hoc command. Another one was using a playbook. You know, this is nothing but a YAML file. Just a moment. One is YAML representation. Good. So now I want to install Apache server. Okay, first I will create a text file. I will show you how to create a text file. Then after, what I will do, I will install one Apache 2 software. I told you, right, first whatever you need to do, you need to know how to do that manually. So in order to install Apache 2, steps will be sudo apt update, sudo apt install Apache 2 -y. So in the same way, I want to install this Apache 2. Then what you need to do, you need to know the module. So finding module using Google, right? Apt in Ansible. I just search apt in Ansible. Then it is helping me with the module, right? I'm telling you how to work with Ansible smartly, okay? So that in future, if you get any new task, you can Google it and you can find it. Yes or no? This way of explanation is very easy to you. In future, if you face any issues, you can smartly work on it. That's the reason I'm explaining like this way. If I directly show you and copy paste, and right, it's no use, right? You know, you should know how to search, how to work, then only you will survive. So you need to have a Visual Studio Code, okay? And you need to install Ansible extension. Ansible, I told you, right, Ansible acquired by Red Hat. Try to have a Visual Studio Code in your system and try to download the Ansible plugin. So this is the playbook. So I told you, right, name of the play become I want to install a software. So in Linux, if you want to install software, yes, you need to have a sudo permissions. That's the reason I given S. Hosts all. Under the task, name of the task, I'm using a apt module to install Apache 2 and state will be present. Update cache S is nothing but whenever I install any software, did I executing sudo apt update or not? Yes or no? Sudo apt update. Same thing here, update cache is nothing but it will first update the packages, then after it will install the software. So if you want to check whether your playbook was correct or not, you can use Ansible playbook syntax check. It will check the syntax of the playbook YAML file. Ansible -playbook syntax check -I hosts your file name. In the host file, you will be having IP address of the node, and it will check the YAML file whether you have written correctly or not. In Terraform, if I want to check my Terraform file was correct or not, what I am using in the Terraform? Anyone to check the syntax? Terraform validate, yes or no? We are using Terraform validate to check the syntaxes of Terraform, yes or no? In the same way, here you can use syntax check, and you can before installing any software, you can dry run. Okay, just you need to execute Ansible -playbook -check, and then after you can directly execute the playbook. So how Ansible work, you know, right? As a DevOps engineer, we will write a playbook and we will execute. It will be executed on the nodes. So then after, next steps will be Ansible deep dive. So shall we do this? Shall we create a text file using Ansible? So I will open a Visual Studio Code. Yeah, hi Pavani. So just wait for 10 minutes. Okay. What is the skeleton of playbook? Ansible playbook will start with three dashes, right? Then after hosts, right? Then after become, right? Then after tasks, name of the task, module name, what is the state of the module. How I am writing this? Did I by heart? I practiced. Then after I get to know. So this is the name of the playbook. In on which server I want to execute this. Host, right? Become. Inside the task, you will give the tasks. Okay. I want to create a text file. This is the syntax. Name, Ansible built-in file module, where in the temp.1.txt it will create a file. Okay. Vi. Okay. I will log in into the master. So I am inside the master, right? Let me check. 4227. 4227. Yes. ls. I will go to demo folder. So I have already a playbook file. I will edit that playbook file. Insert. I will add this. Okay. Ansible hyphen playbook hyphen I hosts playbook name. If you want to check the syntax, what you need to do? Hyphen syntax check. So if you see failed, is absent, cannot continue, path. Okay. So why it is failing?
Maybe file need permission.
No.
Uh,
Absent cannot continue. Path needs to phone
Well, we
message.
will discuss why it is failing today. Treat like take this as a task. Why it was failing? Okay.
uh, I'm sorry, I have forgotten your name. Uh, Alim and Venu wants to join the call. Can you please add them?
Yeah, I told you right. There is 10 minutes, so just wait for 10 minutes. Then So yeah, I will show you why it was failing in tomorrow's session, and that's it for today. Let's meet again tomorrow, okay? And I will stop the recording as well. So once you practice, try to terminate the servers.